I feel like I need to get this out here. My name's Scott. I started this YouTube channel, Strange Pathways, with a few other friends of mine. You've heard a few of their voices on this as well. And I've been engaging in some really self-destructive behavior lately. And because of that, I really don't know how long I'm going to have. It's, I lost someone very dear to me about 5 years ago. And I've never really been able to cope with that well. The last 10 years, I've lost a child, a parent, 2 marriages, my home, and I feel like my behavior as of recently is not going down a good path. So I honestly don't know how long I have. So I wanted to get this story out there. And I honestly had forgotten all about this story until a few days ago. And the reason I'm putting this video out here is I don't want this story to just kind of vanish. I want it to live on. And I'm probably the last person that knows this story. So, beyond all that, this is my father's Sheepsquatch story. I had an older father. My father was born in 1918. He lived through the Depression, was part of a program called the Civilian Conservation Corps, fought as a private first class in the Army Air Force during World War II, lived all over the country, and settled down in southern Somerset County in Pennsylvania. One of my favorite things to do was to sit with my father in his old hunting cabin near the highest point in Pennsylvania in the forest, and he would tell me ghost stories and stories of monsters, strange things that he had seen during the war. This didn't really happen to him though, but one night he told me a story of the day 3 men that he knew saw what they called the devil. They were hunting in the forest just outside of Finsel, Maryland, just across the Pennsylvania-Maryland state border. It was deer season. The men each carried a rifle with them. As the day went on, they heard something rustling from the underbrush. Thinking it was a deer, they raised their rifles, and the men saw emerge from the underbrush a massive, massive creature, standing about 9 foot tall, the head of a sheep, ram's horns with white fur. The men were all convinced they'd seen the devil. One of the men began to shoot at it. Each bullet that hit produced blue sparks, and the creature just screamed at them. All 3 of the men ran off, the creature in pursuit of them, only slowing down to turn and fire their rifles at the creature in hopes of pulling off a lucky shot and downing the strange beast. All 3 men made it out of the woods, but were never the same after that. A few weeks later, one of the men died of a heart attack. The stress of the incident was just too much. And within 2 years, both the other men had died as well. My father always cautioned me about walking through the woods of Finsel, Maryland. But for some reason, the story slipped my mind until just a few weeks ago. I was listening to a podcast and heard the story of Sheepsquatch. And it just sort of clicked in me that the story of the 3 men who saw the devil in the Finsel woods one fall evening seemed very similar to the Sheepsquatch sightings that they spoke about on this podcast. Did the men see Sheepsquatch? I don't know. Is Sheepsquatch a cryptid or something more paranormal? Maybe the men were right. Maybe my father's right. Maybe the creature really is the devil, or some personification of it. But I'm very happy now that this story is out there. And now this story belongs to you, the listener, as well, and will not die with me.